The creatives who's afraid to make a move, you will begin to be stirred up to the very extent. To creatives who's afraid to make a move, you will begin to be stirred up to the very extent that you can't even sleep because of the creativity that's stirring up on the inside of you. I speak to sleeping creatives who keeps allowing the industry to pass them by. I speak to creatives who have been stuck in creating. God, Jesus. I speak that there will be a release and flow of new ideas.
We made it seem like we're so far from basic. You put us on these pedestals, but we are so far from perfect. All I want is just to be noticed for who I really am, trying to make a difference. Pray for the creative, that's what we need. We don't need your expectations, but we need you to agree. Oh, the things I hear, the things I see, always in my mind. The pressure's beating up on me. Anxiety's at an all-time high, and all I want is to be heard and to be seen.
Hi guys, it's been a minute. It's been about how long since we had a live? At the end of November. What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? I need you guys to do me a favor. Put in the chat where you watching from, who is watching, because I see people watching, but I cannot tell who it is. I see Antoinette. Hi, Antoinette. Hey, Danielle. Who else is watching? And while you're watching, send this video out to, like 2 people. Just send them the link and tell them to tune in because, it's a word from the Lord. No, I'm joking. But, we're going to talk. We're going to talk about some stuff. Hey, Steph. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Who else is watching? As you guys are commenting. So, this feels so funny. Like, we haven't been together in like 2 months. So, how are you guys doing? How you guys been? What you guys been up to? I don't expect you guys to answer all of that. But yeah, I'm excited to be back. So let me just tell you guys, it may look different. The show is called something different. Hey, Aaliyah. The show is called something different. It is still the same. Hey, Emmanuel. The producer. It's still the same, concept, but we just revamped and rebranded a little bit. So the show is now called The Connect. There's no longer TCS pre-show because the pre-show was our event, was our show before our big event on December 11th, which was amazing. To God be the glory. And so, we was just like, we need a new name. We need to revamp because it's no longer a pre-show. Like, we already had the show. So it's called The Connect. So here's the same vibe that we did in November, talking to creatives. So The Connect, we're connecting with other creatives. We're connecting with other creatives and, talking and learning and, just creating a space for us creatives. If you was watching the video right before me, that is Darryl Wall singing, and he's asking, this song is old, but I love it. He's asking for people to pray for the creative. not to keep demanding things from us, to stop and pray, because it's tough being a creative sometimes. I love it because that's how God made me, but sometimes it's tough. And so you may see a new logo at the bottom of your screen. It is still the creative space, but we just revamped and rebranded a little bit because, as we grow, one, I didn't expect the creative space to be anything what it is today. Like, I didn't think that. As you guys know, I did not plan for it to be this way, but God did his thing. And so we are just going with the flow, going with what God is doing, because he didn't show me this, but going with what God is doing. Hey Tiff. So you guys still can join the squad. Just hit me up and I can send you the link to join our squad. We're growing, and we have some things coming up, and so you can join the squad. It's a private Facebook group for now, and as we grow, we might make it into like a website where you guys can go to the page and see the community and all that type of stuff. But sorry y'all, my phone fell. But yeah, so you can still join the squad. Just hit me up and I'll send you the link directly. You don't gotta pay for nothing. It's free. Just join us. We send like encouragement and stuff like that. Also, since I'm saying that, I do not know if I sent the producer the number, but we have a text number now where we send encouragement throughout like the week for creatives. There's actually a message that went out today, and then we send like little reminders to remind you guys of what we are doing, because I know sometimes it's hard to keep up with like a whole bunch of flyers on social media and all that type of stuff. So we send a text to your phone with encouragement as well as little reminders here and there. I will get that number to you guys before the night is up, or somebody will put it in the comments. But basically, you text the word creative to that number, and you'll just be right along with the text community. So we have an event coming up. That's why I told you guys to join the squad. I need everybody in here. Whoever's in here, send this to the squad, because this is for us and for everybody else. But it's really for us. We have a movie night coming up, you guys. Movie night. I think the flyer's gonna come up in a few seconds. But we have a movie night, and we are watching, drum roll, Black Panther. Chadwick, he passed. But the movie is still great. It exudes Black excellence, which I love. And then February is Black History Month. So why not? Can you please put the flyer back up real quick? So the tickets are $12. You just send a ticket, you send that money to the creative space, and in the comments just put movie night so we know what it's for. There will be free popcorn available, and then you will be able to purchase like some snacks and food at this place. Now we are requesting for you to wear black, all black. One, because it's Black History Month. Two, because we are watching Black Panther. And three, in honor of Chadwick. We want to wear all black, and it'll just be dope, like a blackout party. And so it's going to be at the Hall of Fame Studios. We thank you so much for Hall of Fame for opening up their doors for us. And we're going to be amongst a whole bunch of other creatives for a night of fun, and like we'll probably come up with some type of games and food and just great vibes. Like the movie Black Panther in itself is amazing. And so join us. $12, February 25th from 7 to 10. Hit me up, send that cash app, $12 to that, and you in there. All right, and invite a friend. It's not nothing churchy. It's just us coming together, just being together. The pandemic, a lot of us in our houses, and a lot of us lost community. And so come out and find your community again. All right. Thank you so much for that flyer. Word up. So we started in January. Can you put that flyer, the Word Up flyer? We started doing Word Up peer group. So that Google Meet link is, I think we still might use that one, but Word Up peer group. And so it's in the name. We talk about the word. Every other Wednesday, we just closed our first series for the month of January. We talked about the new that we longed for. And it's been amazing. I love it's very interactive. Like, yeah, Aaliyah, yo, hush. I'm trying to get through these quick. People start to lose like their attention span. But there's so much to talk about because we haven't been here in so long. But yeah, every other Wednesday we talk, and it's interactive. It's not just me speaking or sharing what God showed me, but it's other people, everyone putting their input in and, teaching us. Like, I'm learning from them as much as they're learning from me. And so, yeah, join us every other Wednesday. Our next one is actually Wednesday coming up, and we are in a new series. And I would share the series, but not yet. Actually, I'll share it. So the series for the month of February is The Void of Love. The Void of Love. I had asked God, you can take that flyer down, thank you. I had asked God, what do you want to talk about in, the month of February? And he's like, the void of love. And I'm just like, ooh, that's tough, But we're gonna do it. We're gonna get into it. So our first one is Wednesday. The next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Just join us on Google Meet. And yeah, that's it. What else? All right, we have new merch. Well, no, not new merch. The same merch. Well, we kind of do have new merch, but I don't have pictures of it. But we do have a I'll wait till I post that picture to show y'all the merch that we have. But the old merch, the Creative Christian, people have been ordering. I really, really appreciate it. People have been ordering. People have been ordering it, not even in t-shirts, but in hoodies. And I had Tiff Janelle. I am not deep. Leave me alone, Tiff. Yo. But Tiff Janelle, she actually ordered a long sleeve tee. She was the first person that requested a long sleeve tee. So just let me know what you want the Creative Christian on, and we will make it happen. Yeah, thank you, Danielle, for the notes and stuff. But yeah, so if you want some merch, hit me up. If you want, a recap of all these announcements, I know it's a lot, just let me know. And so, listen, we are ready to start. So I need you guys to invite people in here. We're ready to start. So tonight's topic is what drives you. As creatives, sometimes we're just creating and we're just doing. We're just doing, and we don't realize like what's connected to that do. Like why we're doing what we're doing. And sometimes we need to revisit that why. And so tonight, as we're talking about, we have a special guest. His name is Ethan Hodge. I went to school with him eons ago because, your girls aren't in school right now. But thank you for the number. That's the number. Text creative to that number. So, yeah, his name is Ethan. He's always like, y'all call me deep. Ethan is deep. Like, and he's been that way since like school, when I was in college. Like, I would see him in the library just talking, and he's just always like deep. Like, it's just like, ooh. But yeah, so you guys are in for a treat. Share this live. I'm telling y'all, you're in for a treat. But help me welcome Ethan. Put some hearts in the chat and help me welcome Ethan, my brother. Hey, Ethan.
How you doing, sis? How is everything?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I am like so happy and honored to be here tonight. Thank you so much for inviting me.
We're happy to have you. Because when I was working on revamping this show, you were the first thing that came to me. But this was like a few weeks ago, and I'm just like, I kept telling myself, like, make sure I hit you up, like hit him up, ask him. So thank you for accepting and coming on.
For sure. 2022 is our year for sure.
Period. Definitely our year. All right, so let's get into it. Hey, Corey, thank you for joining. So introduce yourself to us and let us know what you do. Like, tell us what you do.
Okay, so first and foremost, my name is Ethan Hodge. I am a creative, and I am a motivational / public speaker, and an entrepreneur as well. I have a clothing line. This is actually one of the items from my clothing line. It's called Chosen. And on my day-to-day basis, I am a director of a high school. Yeah, thank you so much, sis, for displaying that. That's what I have. On my day-to-day basis, I am definitely a father, and I am a director of a high school. So that's what I do. Yeah, throughout the day.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about your entrepreneur. No, actually, everything that you listed, right? Except for the father part. How did you figure out that was a passion of yours?
Well, concerning the fashion, I would say that it's always been a part of me, and this is just the way I express myself. Mm-hmm. Like I always get compliments on when I put my garments together, go to church, to go to school, when I'm out, period. Like folks are always asking me, how did you know that color and that color was gonna go together? Or
Mm-hmm.
where do you get this from? Or where do you get that from? And I always spend a lot of money on clothing. So I'm like, why can't I start a clothing line for my son? You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and cater to my crowd, cater to the folks who always ask me questions about where I get my garments from. So that's where I did the fashion thing. But the motivational slash public speaking thing, it's definitely been always a part of me. I'm always dropping gems. I'm always, sowing seeds in folks' lives. And I feel like that's a blessing from God. That is definitely a gift that I have from God. Like the ability to speak to folks and just ignite that flame,
Mm-hmm.
encourage people. That's just part of me. And it makes me happy when I do it. It really makes me happy. Yeah.
Okay, so you just listed a few things, right? And so, do you feel it's normal to feel overwhelmed while doing what God has called you to do? And if so, how do you navigate through that? Through that like overwhelming feeling?
That's a phenomenal question. Well, I do think it is okay. It's normal to be overwhelmed when you're doing something that you believe you're called to do. And it's normal because that's necessary. You are supposed to feel overwhelmed because that's where God comes in. That's where God
Good.
comes in. And that's where his grace is sufficient, and that's where his favor is sufficient, right? So if it's easy for you, why would you need God? If it's
Wow.
easy for you, if it's easy for you, why would you know within yourself that this is a calling upon your life? How would you know? Because it comes easy. But
Yeah.
once the challenges arises and you're in a space where your back is against the wall and there's nowhere else to turn but to turn up and just say, God, just help me. And then he see you through and you're at the other end, it's like, yeah, it was worth it. Because I learned something in that. I learned
Yeah.
something when I was in that place. I learned that, this is how you navigate this. And I can only navigate this through God's help and through
Yeah.
God's favor and grace.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely normal.
Yeah. That question came in because that's kind of where I am now. It's like I find myself almost every day asking God, like, okay, am I doing what you called me to do? I believe that I am now more than ever. But it's just because like that overwhelming feeling tends to come. I'm just like, am I doing the right thing? Like, is this normal? Like, am I supposed to be feeling this way? But I like how you put that together because that was for me. If that was for y'all in the comments, please comment or put some hearts or something because that was for me. So I'm gonna put hearts here. But yeah, okay. So how do you navigate through that overwhelming feelings? Like,
How do I navigate through it?
yeah.
Um, to be honest with you, when I'm overwhelmed,
Mm,
and ever since you met me to now, I've transformed into a different person, right? Like I'm more like to myself in certain
mm,
aspects, especially now since I became a father, I'm like more to myself and to my kid. But most importantly, the way I navigate it is I become still,
mm,
um, and I just allow myself to feel,
mm,
go through the feelings, go through the emotions, understand that at the end, this is going to come to an end at one point, right? This feeling is going to come to an end at one point. And I feel like this because what I'm about to do, this feeling is going to be necessary for the next level.
yeah.
The feeling I have, I don't know how to navigate this for the next level, where I'm going, right? Because, wow, this is deep. So when I'm in that space, I want to give up. But the drive to keep pushing and to keep going is what's going to make me build my tenacity, build my
Mm,
character, make me know my purpose is really my purpose. I'm in the right place.
yeah.
And it helps me to be able to strategically plan my future and how to navigate the next level that I'm going to. So this is how I just make myself understand that this right here will come to an end at one point, and this is necessary for the next level. So I talk to
That's
myself,
good.
pep talk.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm definitely taking notes. I'm definitely gonna use that. Yeah, definitely talking to your. I can see how a pep talk helps. It's just like instead of talking to yourself negatively about what's going on, switch that. Like switch
Yeah.
that to the positive. Okay, so how do you find balance in being a father, being a director, being an
Ooh.
entrepreneur? Like,
All right. So now, being honest with you, my son's mom helps me out a lot in that sense. Like, she takes a lot of load from me, right? You know, my son is attached to me. He's like my twin. He's like to my hip. But having her there and her being a phenomenal mother, like, it helps me knowing that I could go away for a little bit. I can leave for a little bit, and he's in good hands. She's able to take care of him. She's able to make sure that he's good, right? So now the entrepreneurship, I know that this is not even mine. I'm just doing this for now. I'm nurturing this for now. So when he becomes a little older, he now knows how to keep this going. But by the time he's able to understand that he actually has a business, that before you even say daddy or mommy or even understand, he already was like, God already blessed him with a father that already was thinking about his future, right?
Yeah,
so I understand that I'm doing all this, I'm going through all the stress now. It's not for me, it's to make sure that he's good for the future, right? Now, my 9 to 5, being a director, I'm at an administrative position. And to be honest with you, nobody notices it, but I incorporate God in everything I do. When I'm on a loudspeaker, I say things that's connected to the Bible, but nobody knows that it's connected to the Bible, right? When I walk through the halls, it's a certain aura, it's a certain energy that I carry that the other teachers in there who are not, or teachers or even administrators who in there who are not connected to God have that. That's something that I have that's particular, that's special for me, right? And that's how I'm able to know that I'm in the right place. And once I begin to speak to these bad students or these students who are thrown out of class and disruptive, when I begin to speak to them, once I'm done with them, like legit, sis, you can actually see a light upon them. And you can see that they're really like I just gave them some type of ammunition to conquer the world. Like, no lie. And that is what I love. That's what keeps me going. Seeing that kid who was thrown out, who doesn't believe in himself. Seeing that kid who's just like, yo, why am I even here? When as soon as he speaks to me or she speaks to me, they're a different person. And others around was like, yo, how are you able to do that, Mr. Hodge? Like, what? He doesn't listen to anyone. She doesn't listen to anyone. She's a different person. She's a changed person. So that's how I'm able to like balance it. Like, I get fulfillment in every aspect. Being a father, being an entrepreneur, and also being a director of a school. I get fulfillment in all of those. They all connect in some way, though.
Wow. Yeah. Well, can you explain to us how they connect? Before you answer that, hi, Danielle Johnson. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, so how they all connect. This is how they all connect. All right. When I'm speaking to these kids in these schools, I speak to them and I treat them the way I want my son to be treated when he's able to go to school. Yeah, right? So in my absence, how would I expect a person of power, teacher, administrator, how would I want them to address my son? How would I want them to address my daughter? So I speak to them and I love upon them because I know this is what they're really lacking, right? Yeah. Connected now to the entrepreneurship. This now is my son's business. However, if I love my son and I want my son to succeed, right? I have to love on something that's belonging to him, but that's also belonging to God, because I also think this is ministry, because it says chosen in the back. And when you wear this, you feel like you're chosen. You feel like you're one of one. So in all, I'm nurturing every aspect of my life because I know that it all leads up to God, and it's connected to God, which is connected to my son, because my son is come from me, and everything I'm touching is a ministry. Everything I'm touching is ministry. Everything. Legit.
Wow, that's dope that you say that, because like a lot of people believe that ministry is just when you have a mic or when you're like, behind a pulpit or something. But everybody's pulpit is different. Like everybody's pulpit can be different, and it is. Everybody's not called to behind the pulpit or behind the stage or necessarily with a mic. But that's crazy that's good, crazy in a good way, that you say that like everything that you do is in ministry and you see it that way. Because honestly, like I didn't think about like the jacket. Yes, I know his name is Chosen, but I didn't think of it as like wait, like, duh, chosen by God. So when people wear it, it's just like, oh shoot, I didn't even put two and two together, but that's dope.
Yes.
So what would you say? Yeah, that's the jacket, the bomber, chosen. So what would you say drives you? So, you know, like, that's the topic of the show today. So what would you say drives you to do everything that you do? What would you say drives you?
Wow. My drive is this, and I say it to some of my peers, and it's crazy, but you know, even looking back at me as a kid, like when Father's Day come up and the teacher asks you, who is your role model? And I chose my dad. I'm looking at now, it's like when my son is of age and he's in school and the teacher asks him, who's your role model? To write an essay on who's your role model. Abruptly, my dad. And it would hurt me if I am not the person my son chooses to be his role model, that my son aspired to be, that my son looks up to, and he chooses another man, he chooses someone else, whether it's on the limelight or a peer or somebody that's in his life. My drive is honestly to make sure that my son understands that he has a father who would, like, whose shoulders are available for him to stand on at any time, because he's gonna reach higher heights than I've ever reached. My drive, if you hear it, my drive is my son. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna share this on this platform. The reason I'm alive today is because of my son. I wanted to give up on life, period. But once I learned that I was having a son, I got to find out I was having a son. I said, no, that's a selfish decision. I have to live now to make sure all the mistakes I've made, my son will never make. Not saying he's never going to make mistakes, but the mistakes I've made and I've gone through, he's not going to have to go through it. That he's going to have a man who really loves him and understands that it's okay to cry. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to express these feelings. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay, you know, because we live in a society that is really pushing toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
And I know this, you know, I'm seeing it every day through what I work in, when I'm outside. And my drive is definitely to be that man that's going to pour into a young prince who's going to become a king and know that he's going to be a mover and a shaker. So my drive is my son at the end of the day.
Wow, that's good. That's really good. So how do you marry your belief with your creativity? How do you put those together?
Okay. So every design I do, everything I do, whether it's motivational speaking, public speaking, the garments, the merchandise, I always ask God, can you please, like, even before I spoke here, I was asking God to actually use me, speak through me. Like, you have given me the opportunity to be on this platform. Like, this is not by coincidence. So everything I say, allow me to be your mouthpiece, right? Yeah. Even my creative designs, like, Father, like, show me something that, you know, is not really common and another won't really do. And then I pray on all my garments.
Wow.
I really do, no lie. I pray on all my garments. I touch all my garments. As soon as it reaches to my hands, I touch it before I bag it and put it in its respective places. I pray on it, like, God, I need all this to be sold. All of this, because this was in the back of it, God. Like, this design was given by you, Father. You know, this name was given by you. Everything I'm doing is given by you, Father. This is done by you. It's done through your strength. So, Father, like, I don't want to be the person to do any of this. Like, just use me as the person to get you out there. And I'm not going to say thus saith the Lord. No, I'm going to wrap it in urban outfit. I'm going to wrap it in my 9 to 5. I'm going to wrap it in whatever it is that's appealing to this generation. But you're not knowing that right now you're committing to the word of God. You're committing to God's property. You're committing to something. So when you have this on, you're going to become a different person. You don't understand that you're committing to this, right? Yeah. But I'm wrapping it up in a jacket. I'm wrapping it up in a sweater. I'm wrapping it up in my 9 to 5 in my office, my suit and tie, right? So this is what it is. This is honestly, this is really God, to be honest with you. Like, really keeps me, yeah.
So speaking of the jackets, how, like, well, Chosen is your son's name, and that's the name of that's the name that's on the jacket. How did you pick that name? Like, what made you, like, come up with that name?
Okay, so Chosen, like, I believe there's a lot of folks be like, yo, there's none like me. I'm not like them, all that other stuff, right? Which basically connects to I'm chosen. Like, you're one of one. If you're one of one, there's none like you, right? And I always tell my peers, and I always tell folks I come in contact with, like, being Tom, being Jerry is already taken, but being yourself is not. That's available for you. Now you wear it, you own it. You're one of one. There's something in particular about you that nobody else have. There's something different. You're the missing piece to change this world. You're the missing piece to change that over there, right? You are one of one, like legit. Yeah. You are chosen, especially if a time as this, like we're going through this pandemic, we're going through this COVID situation, but you're still waking up every single day, right? You're not catching COVID, you're dodging COVID. You think like, come on, really? Like you're chosen for such a time as this. So many people has passed away during this time, but why are you still alive? You're chosen. You're chosen to live another day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is why, and then it's like, everybody believe that they're unique. Everybody believe that they're special. So this is how the name came about for the line.
That's nice. Man. That's nice. Somebody asked you a question in the comments. I think they put it at the bottom of the screen for you.
Ethan, where do you see yourself and your brand in 5 years? Worldwide, global. Global. Period. You feel me? I'm like, what I have in my head right now, the designs and where I see myself, like with my designs and my garments. I haven't seen it yet. So I know that the next steps and what I have to bring out is going to be very authentic, very different. And in 5 years, it's going to be working for itself. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going to happen. It has no other choice but to happen like that. How about that? You know, like, this is it, period. I'm not cutting no shorts. I'm not accepting no shorts. My brand chosen, my son's brand chosen is going to be able to be worldwide. And I'm going to look on TV. I'm going to see stars with it. I'm going to see people walking down the street with it. Like, this is what's going to be. Period.
Great. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? But I do have, it's not a question, but what would you say, while we're waiting for questions, if anybody has any questions, what type of advice or encouragement, or both, advice and encouragement, would you give to a fellow creative?
Okay. The advice that I would give to a fellow creative is that never give up. Like, it may get tough, you know, you may feel as though nobody's gonna buy into what you have to offer. You may feel like you've probably seen your idea out there before. But it's something my brother told me one time when I was conversing with him. He was like, I'm like, bro, I don't know, man. Like, I want to give up in this aspect. Or I have this business venture that I want to, you know, take on. And he's like, I'm like, but I see a lot of people out there doing it right now. He's like, nah, bro, don't ever do that. Like, you go into the supermarket, you go into the bread aisle, there's so many different breads, right? But different brands. And guess what? All of them are getting purchased.
Yep.
You know, so my whole thing is, I'm gonna bring it back to this now. My whole thing is this. Although you may see something that you have a desire to do, or something that you're currently doing, and although you may see it out there or someone who has done it before, your blessing is different. God gave it to you for a reason. All you need to do is just step out. He's gonna do the rest. Don't worry about if you've seen it before. Don't worry about if others are not gonna support you. Understand also, even in that, just came to my head, even in being a creative, even in being an entrepreneur, don't look for your friends and your loved ones to really support you. It's not even gonna be those folks that's gonna support you. It's gonna be the folks that you don't know. The folks that's willing to ask you, how much is your price? And you tell them your price, and they're like, that's it? Yeah. When you tell your loved ones the price, they're like, oh my God, all of that, bro? I can't get the brother, the sister, the auntie, the mother discount? No. There's somebody out there who understands and respects your craft, respects your what you have to offer. And they're willing to pay extra on top of what you have, and on top of what you're saying. The price is, right? So my whole thing is this: every single day, just tell yourself, I'm gonna step out. Nothing is gonna stop me. I'm gonna be better than yesterday. I didn't take a loss. I just learned a lesson. And what I have to offer this world, is going to be a blessing unto this world, and no one has ever seen it before. And that's about it. Just legit encourage yourself daily. Speak positivity over yourself daily, and just keep going. When you feel like it's going to be hard, that's the time you must even apply more gas.
Yeah.
All gas, no brakes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's true. We have another question.
Talk to me.
You put it up, Emmanuel.
Wow, what would you tell yourself? What is something you would tell your teenage self?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that you don't know yourself. Like, you really don't know yourself, and you're not tough. Stop trying to fit in. You're called to stand out. Stop allowing folks to have access to you, such easy access to you, like for real. Like, you are special, Ethan. Don't allow anyone to tell you anything different. You're special. You are a loss. You know, you're not losing, they're losing you. Like, just think more highly of yourself, Ethan. And you're gonna be great. Like, all you need to do, Ethan, is legit allow those folks to stop talking to you. Allow people to think that you're not going to become anything, but just apply more gas and understand that the reason it's so hard for you when you're trying to fit in is because you're not meant to fit in at all, Ethan. Mm-hmm. Like, legit, you're not. And just embrace you being different. Embrace you just being that person that folks are always noticing. Like, nah, there's something different about you, Ethan. Like, why are you even doing this? Or something like, Ethan, like, legit, what's up with you? You know, embrace those moments where folks call you out. When, you know, embrace those moments. Embrace those folks who don't support everything that you want to do. That's not really a part of who you are called to be. You know, and yeah, Ethan, like, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be great. Just respect the process. Don't speed it up. Respect the process.
Respect the process. I like that. Respect the process. Okay, so that is all the questions for me. If you guys have any other questions, please put them in the comments now before he goes. But I do want to say thank you so much, Ethan, for joining us and dropping all of your bombs. I see people in the comments writing that I didn't take a loss, I learned a lesson. Yep. Respect the process.
Respect I love the process.
It should be on like a shirt or something. But yeah. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. This is not the last time that you will be with us.
Wow, thank you.
Not the last time. Yeah, do you have anything else to say or add or ask?
I just want to encourage everyone to honestly never give up and just keep pressing, keep pushing. When the going gets tough, it's tough for a reason, because what's on the other side is going to be very fruitful. It's going to be beautiful, and you're going to be happy that you never threw in the towel. And don't tell everyone your next idea. Don't.
Really good.
Don't tell everyone your next idea, because, you know, once it lands upon the wrong ears and you're not really certain, you're still in a shaky place about your next idea, that's going to now derail you. So sometimes it's good to be private. Sometimes it's good to be selfish in a certain way. And there's healthy selfishness. Not every selfish is a bad selfish, right? And every encounter you have is supposed to be an exchange, whether it's wisdom, whether it's knowledge, whether it's something that's monetary. It's always supposed to be an exchange. And when you're into something where you feel as though if your cup runs dry, you're done, you're dry, like, that's not a relationship you're supposed to have. That's not a place you're supposed to be. You need to surround yourself where you're around people that's where you want to be. You're around people you're around like-minded people. You're around folks that's gonna speak life over you. You're around folks that's gonna tell you, man, legit, what you're about to do, that's not part of you. That's not who you're called to be. You're people that's gonna call you out. You gotta be around those type of folks, because in those type of folks, they're gonna stretch you. They're gonna help you build your character. They're gonna help you get to the next level. They're gonna be able to let you know, like, legit, I got your back. Even if you're mad at me, if I'm telling you the truth, I don't care. I got you. Those are the folks you need to have around you. You know, honestly, and never allow anyone anyone to speak anything negative over yourself and embrace it. If nobody could respect you and respect who you are and who you say you are, they can no longer have access to you. Be that person that no one could really get next to too easy. Allow folks to have to work their way to get next to you. No easy access. That's it. I just want to motivate everyone. I want to encourage everyone and love on yourself. Once you love yourself, everything else is just extra. It's dessert.
So where can we purchase your jacket?
All right. So Manny, I think Manny had my name there, but I think he took it off. But it's at EH_speaks right there. You could just hit me up. I'm revamping my business page. So you could just hit me up right there on EH_speaks. And I could definitely ship it to you, mail it to you, drive to you, meet up somewhere, and we can make it happen. Definitely. All right.
So listen, you guys, you heard it here. You can get your jackets from EH_speaks, and he will make it happen for you. But thank you so much, Ethan, for joining the creative space and me. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sis.
I'll see you later. All right, guys. First show of 2022 is down and done. We got some. I even feel like the host, to be honest. I didn't feel like the host. Felt like a viewer. I was just listening to him drop all these nuggets and wisdom. And yeah, if you guys didn't learn anything, I did. That was for me. This live was for me. It was amazing. It was very knowledgeable. So thank you, Ethan, again for coming on. Last of the announcements. Don't want y'all to forget, if there was like new viewers, the Creative Space is having a movie night. We are hosting a movie night. Tickets are $12. Cash App us. The deadline is I don't know, I have to come up with a deadline. But Cash App us $20. I mean $12. Wow. Cash App us $12 for your ticket for movie night. Okay? Just put in the comments, movie night, and join us. We have our merch talked about. Hit me up if you want a merch. Hit me up if you want to join the squad. Yeah, you guys can just always text me if you guys have any questions or you guys want anything. Listen, the Creative Space is working on, some amazing stuff or events. I want to announce it so bad, but I gotta wait a little bit because I don't want to make premature announcements. You know what I mean? But yeah, if y'all are excited, put some hearts in the comments. Put some hearts in the thing. What else did I have to tell you guys? Yeah, thank you guys for joining me again on your Wednesday night. I know we've been MIA for a little bit, but we back. So let me tell y'all the schedule. That's what I meant to tell y'all. I slipped my mind earlier. I don't want to chat y'all ear off because we ended pretty good tonight. Good timing. So we're gonna be doing the show for now once a month, every last Wednesday. Thank you guys for the heart. Ding. Every last Wednesday of the month, we will be going live. I might be working on another part of the show, but as for right now, we are going live once a month. Why we go live once a month? I just feel like there's a lot going on. We have Bible study on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday now, and so we don't want to do too much. We want to be wise, and plus, I want you guys to join our Bible study. We talking about the word. We, talking about the word. We are empowering one another. Like, let me tell y'all, our challenge because almost every Bible study we leave with a challenge to work on for the week that we're off. We're away from each other. And so our challenge for last week was to write down like where you fall short or your struggles, or whatever the case may be. Write it down and like throw it somewhere. Like get rid of it. Like put it in a balloon and make it fly away, or like burn it or something. And that was signifying, basically we were talking about what keeps us from experiencing like that newness of God, like that new fresh feeling with God. And so the week before that, we were challenged to write out, our challenges, and then a step that we can take to no longer have those things be a challenge anymore. And so right now our challenge is to, do something in the natural. So yes, make an exchange in the spirit, because that's what God challenges us to do, is to make an exchange. Every time we are in his presence. And I'm not even trying to go deep on here. So I'm gonna just stop after I say this. But he challenged us to make an exchange in his presence. Every single time we're in his presence, make an exchange. You worship him, you give him your problems, you give him your struggles, and he gives you in return joy, peace, love, whatever you are seeking for. Make that exchange. And so I said, in the spirit, make 2 exchanges with God, 2 things that you struggle with, 2 things that you fall short in, 2 challenges, right? And in the spirit, do that. But then in the natural, show a natural way that you are getting rid of it, that you are done with it. One of the first steps of deliverance and repentance is to change your mind. And once you change your mind and saying, I am done, I'm done. That's it. That's the first step. You're done. You got to tell yourself, I'm done. But like I said, I'm going to stop. Join us on Wednesday, you guys. It's been great. I never would think. Now I'm not about to think that. But thank y'all so much for joining me. I think I want a little dessert now or something like that. But yeah, thank y'all. Also, don't forget, y'all can, the wisdom, wow, I'm talking about the wisdom way. That's the creative space. The creative spaces, Cash App is always open. It's open 24 hours. Tiff, good night. It's open 24 hours, right? If you want to donate to us, just give anything. I'm appreciative because people are still sewing into the vision. And it's because, we still have vision. December 11th was not our last. I mean, I thought it was before, but God said, yeet. December 11th was not our last event. We'll be coming together in the next few months. Obviously for movie night, but after that, we're going to be doing something else. And so we need move out for that. So if you ever feel led, when you get your check or anything, I hope God whispers the creative space. The creative space. And you guys, now I'm joking with y'all. But yeah, thank y'all for staying tuned with me. Hey, Patricia. Thank y'all for staying tuned with me. Or staying on, I don't know if that makes sense, but staying on here with me. I will see y'all if y'all come on Wednesday. I will see y'all. Yes, the Cash App is right there. Yeah, if y'all come on Wednesday, Bible study with us. I'll see y'all Wednesday, all right? Peace out. Thank y'all. Love y'all.